So the second response to assess risks at the assertion level is substantive procedures. I said we have two, test of controls and substantive procedures. We looked at test of controls in the previous video. So substantive procedures are audit procedures that are designed to detect material misstatements at the assertion level. So for substantive procedures, they detect material misstatements. Then for test of controls, they test the operating effectiveness of controls. So substantive procedures are divided into three things. The first one is the test of details of classes of transactions, and that is for the statement of profit or loss and other comprehensive income. Then the test of details of account balances and disclosures, that's for the items in the statement of financial position. And lastly, the substantive analytical procedures. The auditor should always carry out substantive procedures on each material class of transactions and account balances and disclosure. So the auditor should always detect material misstatements on each class of transactions, the sales, the purchases, inventory, expenses, and all that. Then, in addition, the auditor should carry out the following substantive procedures. First is agree and reconcile financial statements to the underlying accounting records, like compare the financial statements to where the information was gotten from. Maybe the sales receipts, the purchases receipts, the inventory count sheet, like that. So agree and reconcile financial statements to the underlying accounting records. Then secondly, examine material journal entries to see what was debited, what was credited, and all that. Then examine other adjustments made in preparing the financial statements. So for adjustments, we can talk about transactions with related parties. For example, assets and their depreciation, receivables and provision for bad debts, things like that. So test of details may be appropriate to get evidence on account balances like inventory, receivables, and test of details are likely to be more appropriate to transactions and account balances with significant receipts. But for analytical procedures, as substantive procedures tend to be appropriate for large volumes of predictable transactions like wages, salaries. So test of details are more appropriate for transactions and account balances. But then analytical procedures involve ratios. Yes, so for them they are more appropriate for large volumes of predictable transactions like wages and salaries. And lastly is that significant receipts are likely to be the most difficult to obtain sufficient appropriate audit evidence about, because we said significant receipts are those receipts that need special audit attention, like the risk of fraud. So they are likely to be the most difficult to obtain sufficient appropriate evidence about. Yes, so that is all about substantive procedures for now. It is a full topic 5, so we shall look at it in details when we reach there.